Hi, welcome to the Fight Age channel. Alexander Usyk, the promoter of the mandatory WBO heavyweight title contender Alexander Usyk, talked to his Instagram followers, answering a number of questions about the upcoming fight of the world with the WBA, WBO and IBF champion Anthony Joshua. Legendary catman Duran, who once worked with Vitali and Wladimir Klitschko, spoke about the upcoming fight between the WBA, WBO and IBF World Heavyweight Champion Anthony Joshua and the mandatory challenger for the WBO title Alexander Usyk. Former world champion in the first heavyweight Tony Bellew believed that the owner of the temporary WBC title in the heavyweight division, Dillian White, is able to create problems for all the tops of his weight category. Andy Lee, the assistant coach of the WBC World Heavyweight Champion Tyson Fury, believed that in the first fight with Deontay Wilder, his word will again win an early victory, as in their second fight. Shane McGuigan, the coach of British heavyweight Daniel Dubois, believed that the size of the WBA, WBO and IBF title holder Anthony Joshua should help him in a fight with the former absolute world champion in the first heavyweight division, Alexander Usyk. Friends, before starting to watch this video, I would like to ask you to subscribe to my channel. If you really enjoy the content, then please subscribe to my channel and keep watching the videos. If you are subscribed, then you receive notifications about the release of new videos. You do not even have to look for anything personally. I really want to get 10,000 subscribers on my channel. I am trying very hard and I need your support. Your likes, comments, reposts to social networks. Thanks to everyone who subscribes to my channel. You are my support. Thank you so much. Alexander Usyk, the promoter of the mandatory WBO heavyweight title contender Alexander Usyk, talked to his Instagram followers, answering a number of questions about the upcoming fight of the world with the WBA, WBO and IBF champion Anthony Joshua, about a rematch in the event of a defeat of Usyk. The contract does not provide for it. About the hype around the Usyk-Joshua fight, the tickets flew away for the day, and there were more than 16,000 of them, and the most expensive ones were £2,000 each. About the possible presence of Anatoly Lomachenko in the corner of the Usyk, I would really like to. About whether Usyk will arrange an upset in a fight with Joshua. I think that Usyk will win, and it will not be an upset, except for Joshua himself. About the prerequisites for the failure of the Usyk-Joshua fight. Everything is in the hands of the Almighty. There are no prerequisites. About the possible participation of Wladimir and Vitali Klitschko in preparation of Usyk. Not by word, but by deed. About the risk of judicial robbery in the Usyk-Joshua fight. We must not leave the opportunity to rob. About the weight of Usyk in the fight with Joshua. I think 100 kilograms, said Alexander Usyk. Legendary catman Duran, who once worked with Vitali and Wladimir Klitschko, spoke about the upcoming fight between the WBA, WBO and IBF World Heavyweight Champion Anthony Joshua and the mandatory challenger for the WBO title Alexander Usyk. I remember Usyk from working with the Klitschko brothers. At that time, he was a boxer gaining momentum. Then Usyk surprised me very much. Now he's moving up to a different weight category. But do not bet on one of the guys because of the weight difference. As the late Roger Mayweather used to say, in our time the difference in weight did not play a role, because everything depended on the technique. I've always kept this in mind, and he is absolutely right. Usyk may not have the one-punch power to knock out Joshua, but his strength is enough to send opponents to a knockout. So never underestimate Usyk. The same goes for Joshua. I want to see how he will prepare for such a fight as Usyk, Duran said in an interview. Former world champion in the first heavyweight Tony Bellew believes that the owner of the temporary WBC title in the heavyweight division, Dillian White, is able to create problems for all the tops of his weight category. Can White beat Fury or Wilder? This is a heavyweight, he has a chance. It will be very difficult for him to fight Joshua and Tyson Fury, but Dillian is a man, he will give a hard fight to anyone. White is strong, powerful, he is getting better all the time, and he has a fairly good resume. Of course, White lost to Joshua, but he has improved since then. He is a very difficult opponent. Whatever fights with White, it's not going to be an easy evening. It will be potentially easier for Deontay Wilder to fight with him, but only with his power it is easier to fight with any opponent. Wilder's power allows you to knock out anyone, so it always leaves him a chance for any easy evening, say Tony Bellew. Andy Lee, the assistant coach of the WBC World Heavyweight Champion Tyson Fury, believed that in the third fight with Deontay Wilder, his word will again win an early victory, as in their second fight. It is difficult to understand something from the videos on social networks. It is not known whether we're seeing what Wilder and Malik Scott are really doing, or what they want to show us. But Deontay looks good, he has fast hands, he seems fresh. Of course, Wilder will be very motivated in their first fight, so Tyson takes it extremely seriously and tries to train hard. Let's see how it goes. Everything can happen in the heavyweight division, but of course, I believe that Tyson will win. I think he will stop Wilder, Andy Lee said in an interview. Shane McGuigan, the coach of British heavyweight Daniel Dubois, believed that the size of the WBA, WBO and IBF title holder Anthony Joshua should help him in a fight with the former absolute world champion in the first heavyweight, Alexander Usyk. I think that the size will play an important role in this fight. It will be naive to say that this is not the case. In the 5th-round duel of Usyk with Joe Joyce, you could see that the dimensions affected. You may also have noticed that Derek Chisora did not have any respect for Usyk and passed from him. This is an important factor, but Joshua will not necessarily enter the ring and start using the dimensions. He will try to work with a jab, and I think the fact that AJ will probably try to be technical at the beginning of the fight will create a lot of problems for him. But in my opinion, in the course of the fight, the dimensions will play an important role. Joshua should stop Usyk in about the 8th or 9th round, Shane McGuigan said in an interview. Former world heavyweight champion Tony Bellew spoke about the upcoming fight between Anthony Joshua and Alexander Usyk. This is a very dangerous fight. Usyk is not just a cruiser, but the best cruiser that has ever worn boxing gloves. He is exceptional. My advice to Anthony Joshua: he knows more than I do. This guy has experienced a lot in short period of time. This is an intriguing duel. Joshua needs to choose the right tactics and make sure that he will not waste time on a boxing match with Usyk, since Alexander is the best boxer he has ever met. This is a very difficult fight. I think Joshua will catch Usyk. Perhaps at this point he will be behind on the judges, but will eventually catch him. Dimensions will be an important factor in this fight. We will see the size and strength. It is no coincidence that this division is called the heavyweight division, and you will understand this when Joshua enters the ring with Usyk, Tony Bellew said in an interview. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel.